Yeah.
Then you also had something happen to you, which I thought was great, and you know I have to bring this up. There's something happened with your tooth during one of the games. Your tooth fell out or chipped or something happened to your tooth, and instead of you just playing along, you glued your tooth with just like Elmer's glue or something, and you could see it right there. What happened, and how did you end up with a glued tooth?
So I've been putting off going to the dentist for a while, and I had some teeth issue in the past, and so I go to the game, I get hit in the mouth, and I had a bridge on at the time, and it came out, and so I just picked it up and went straight to the back, and I'm not a hockey player, so I had to like figure out a way to glue it back together or figure it out. So they just kind of glued it, and then I put a mouthpiece on, and then played the rest of the game, and eventually went to the dentist the next day.
What'd your dentist say? What's wrong with you?
He said, I told you to come in a week ago.
You're a legend in Boston.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about one of the toughest, most ridiculous, and honestly most legendary stories in recent NBA history. Derrick White. The guy is a defensive player of the month. He is an Olympic gold medalist. He is a champion. But none of that is what we are talking about today. Today we are talking about the time Derrick White got hit in the mouth during a game, had his toothbridge come out, and instead of leaving, instead of sitting out, instead of doing what any normal human being would do and going straight to the hospital, what did he do? He glued his tooth back together. With glue. In the middle of the game. And then he went back out and kept playing. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Roll the clip. Did you hear that? Let me break this down because this story tells you everything you need to know about Derrick White. The man has been putting off going to the dentist. We all know how that goes. You know you should go. You know you have issues. But life gets busy. You have games. You have travel. You have family. And so you push it off. You push it off until you cannot push it off anymore. And then, in the middle of an NBA game, he takes a shot to the mouth. His bridge comes out. And what does he do? He picks it up off the floor. He walks straight to the back. And he says, I'm not a hockey player. Hockey players, they lose teeth and they keep playing. They spit blood and they go back out for their next shift. But Derrick White is not a hockey player. He is a basketball player. And basketball players apparently glue their teeth back together. So, he goes to the back. The trainers get some glue. They glue the bridge back in. He puts a mouthpiece on. And then he goes back out and finishes the game. No hesitation. No drama. No sitting out for weeks. He just glued his tooth and kept playing. And then the next day, he goes to the dentist. And what does the dentist say? I told you to come in a week ago. That is the best part. The dentist had been warning him. Hey, you need to take care of this. And Derrick White was like, yeah, I'll get to it. And then he ended up having to glue his own tooth back together because he did not listen. This is the most Boston thing ever. And I mean that as the highest compliment. Boston loves tough guys. Boston loves guys who play through pain. Boston loves guys who do not make excuses. And Derrick White. He has become the embodiment of that culture. Now, let's talk about the rest of this interview because there is so much gold here. He talks about growing up in Colorado. He talks about the first time he realized he was really in the NBA. He checks into a game against OKC. He goes to the free throw line. And who is standing right there? Carmelo Anthony and Paul George. And Derrick White is from Colorado. Carmelo Anthony was his childhood hero. He watched Melo carry the Nuggets. He had Melo posters on his wall. And now he is standing at the free throw line next to him. He says, my eyes were wide open the whole time. I probably turned it over the next play. That is the thing about Derrick White. He never expected to be here. He was not a lottery pick. He was not a 5-star recruit. He worked. He grinned. He played college basketball at Colorado. He got drafted in the first round, but he was not supposed to be a star. And now he is one of the most beloved players in Boston Celtics history. He has his own beer. Derrick White Ale. On St. Patrick's Day, he is on The Tonight Show drinking it with the host. He bought a duck boat. If you know Boston, you know the duck boats are for championship parades. He bought one. He sat at the bottom of the cop slide. There is a viral video of a cop slide in Boston that went crazy. Everyone wanted to go down it. Derrick White. He sat at the bottom. He took a picture. He said, "Maybe I should go down it." And then he thought, "We have a game tomorrow." And he did not do it. Because that is who he is. He is tough. He is competitive. But he is also smart. And that is why Boston loves him. He is not the most talented guy on the floor. He is not Jason Tatum. He is not Jaylen Brown. But he is the guy who does everything. He blocks shots. He plays defense. He hits clutch threes. He glues his own tooth back together. He is the ultimate role player. He is the guy every championship team needs. Let me put this in perspective. The Boston Celtics are getting ready for a playoff run. Jason Tatum is coming back from his Achilles injury. The East is wide open. And Derrick White is going to be a huge part of whatever happens. Because when the lights are brightest, when the games get tight, when the pressure is highest, you know Derrick White is not going to back down. He is not going to make excuses. He is going to do whatever it takes. Even if that means gluing his own tooth back together in the middle of a game. That is toughness. That is culture. That is why he got Defensive Player of the Month. That is why he has an Olympic gold medal. That is why Boston loves him. And that is why, if you are a Celtics fan, you should be excited for what is coming. I want to know what you think. Is Derrick White the most underrated player in the NBA? Would you glue your own tooth back together to finish a game? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And subscribe if you want to stay locked in. We are building something real here. See you next time. Peace.